What life experiences have you had that will make you a good MP?
Yeah, I've had the life experiences of a 26-year-old. I've been to university. I've had public experience working both at the Western Bay of Plenty District Council and for Tanya Tapsell, the Mayor of Rotorua. I'm also a volunteer firefighter at the Mount Wanganui Fire Station, captain at the Gurdon Cricket Club, and New Zealand hockey umpire and Bay of Plenty rugby referee. So a lot of skills that have been taught over my life and that have prepared me for what it's like as the candidate for the National Party here in the Bay of Plenty and hopefully as the MP.
Why run for MP now in 2023?
The timing was right. I'm a Bay of Plenty local. The opportunity came up with Todd retiring at this year's election, and the opportunity presented itself. I put my name forward, was selected by the local party members, and the opportunity was there. And the community are looking for a representative from the Bay who's for the Bay, and that's what they're going to get in me.
So no interest in local body politics, just straight to the top?
Oh, yeah, I've got just an interest in serving my local Bay of Plenty community in whatever way that is, and the opportunity came up to stand as the candidate for the National Party here, and I've taken it and I'm running with it.
Why do you think you got picked as the candidate and not the others?
I think they saw someone who had both political experience. You know, I worked for the National Party for 4 years previously in Wellington, and someone who's got enthusiasm, passion, drive. I'm a local, and also a commitment here to wanting to live here and spend the rest of my life here. And so they saw someone in me who can represent many people within our community and will stand up for what our community needs.
What are some of the biggest issues in the electorate for you?
Yeah, 3 major issues for me. The cost of living crisis at the moment, transport locally, and then law and order.
What is the transport solution, do you think?
I think it's a mixed model. We do have the largest port here in New Zealand, here in Tauranga, and it's about servicing our port, but also our private commuter traffic as well. So yes, there needs to be a solution that works for all of our industries, all of our people here locally, but it does start with our local roading transport network. We've got a huge amount of potholes, and people, funnily enough, don't actually want to spend time in their cars. They want to get from location A to location B, and that starts by having the best quality transport options that we've got locally. The locals are frustrated. State Highway 2, for example, through Omakaroa and Te Puna, people are spending up to 90 minutes in their car getting from Omakaroa through to the Tauranga CBD. And a change of government, we've committed to stage 2 of the Takitimu North Link all the way through to Omakaroa, 2 lanes each way for vehicles, and that'll increase our ability for our community to get around our local community. So yes, there's frustrations that a lot of things haven't happened. A lot of things have been scaled back, cancelled, but under a national government, we're going to focus on local transport here in the Bay of Plenty.
What about transport on the other side of the electorate? You're sort of Papamoa ways, all that way, Welcome Bay, you know, what are you sort of thinking there?
Yeah, out in Papamoa in particular, the Papamoa East interchange is going to be vital for that area. We've got a lot of new houses out in the Papamoa East, a lot of young families, a lot of workers who, having the interchange, will give them the opportunity to join the state highway network, to get into work quicker, to get to the shops, to get to education, to get to schools, and that'll really connect our electorate up on the Papamoa side of our community.
Youth crime seems like it's in the news every day. What's the solution there, do you think?
It's a mixed model in my eyes. We need to ensure that those committing the crime are being sentenced appropriately and receiving the punishments for the crimes that they commit, but also providing them the resources to rehabilitate to ensure that they don't commit those crimes again. And I think fundamentally we need to focus on a victim-centred approach where we always put the victims at the centre of what we do every single day.
So not just stiffer sentences, harsher punishments?
Oh, we need to ensure that if you commit the crime, then you are appropriately you're serving the time correctly for the crime that you've committed. But in the same sense, we also need to prioritise our victims and what they need too.
So what would you do in that area then? Like, how can we stop things happening in the first place?
Yeah, we need to give our police greater resources, greater powers. I've got a brother, Ben, who's a police officer down in Christchurch, and those on the front line really just want to be valued as police officers. Every single day they turn up to do their job to keep our community safe, and we need to say thank you to them and say that we've got their back. Under this government, they've had about 5 or 6 police ministers, and actually people are looking for continuity, for certainty, and actually to give the police the powers and resources that they need.
The cost of living crisis is affecting everybody, some more than others. What tangible things can a government do to help?
Yeah, they can return the Reserve Bank to the sole focus of focusing on fixing inflation. We need to put more money back into Kiwis' pockets because Kiwis actually know how to spend their money better than the government do. And actually we need to get things like inflation under control. A lot of people at the moment are refixing mortgages after a 2 or 3 year period, and the change in price is having huge impacts on their day-to-day costs for a family, and it's having huge impacts on them, and it's not coming cheap.
What about people that, a mortgage is just a dream for a lot of people in this electorate? So what can you do for those people?
It's a dream for my partner Hannah and I. We're looking to purchase our first home together. It's a challenging environment for a lot of people. And so we need to ensure we've got sufficient housing supply. We've got enough out there in the market to support those both young families looking to buy, those making the move into the Bay of Plenty as well. And so it's about ensuring that our both public and private housing markets are having the supply and have the resources they need to increase our housing supply here locally, and then supporting people into purchasing their homes too.
How can we engage more young people to take an interest in local body politics or national politics?
I think it starts by having candidates prepared to put their name forward to run for public office, like people like myself. I'm on the younger end of the public office, people running for public office scale, but a lot of people in the community see something in me. I speak the way that they speak. I think about things the same way as they do, and it starts there. And so it's about ensuring that our politicians, both at a local level and at a central government level, are a broad church and represent everybody in our community and what they are looking for.
Are you specifically trying to reach younger people through this campaign? I'm just interested because you're a young fella.
Yep.
And how is it going meeting young people and talking about politics?
Oh yeah, I'm really enjoying it. People are keen to meet me, keen to know who I am, keen to know why I've put my name forward, keen to see why the National Party selected me for the Bay of Plenty. But yeah, I'm trying to meet as many people every single day, no matter the age range, no matter anything. I'm really interested in meeting everybody here in the Bay of Plenty community, understanding the issues that are important to them, and hopefully being the best possible representative for them in Parliament on behalf of the Bay of Plenty.
If elected, what's the first thing you would do for the electorate?
I'd stand up for this community and fight. We need the services here to ensure that we have the best possible community in New Zealand to live. And that starts with our transport, that starts with our healthcare, that starts with law and order, and that starts with education.
So transport would be the first thing that you would?
Absolutely, it's a big priority for us. As I've talked about, State Highway 2 through to Puna and Omokoroa, State Highway 29 over the Kaimai Ranges, connecting our port of Tauranga to Hamilton and Auckland, the Golden Triangle, but also ensuring our roads are safe and usable for people.
Todd Muller will be retiring this year. What do you think his lasting effect on the electorate will be? What are some of the things you can say he's done for this electorate?
I think people will see a family man that stood up for the Bay of Plenty community, a place that's really close to his heart, and he stood up every single day to stand up for the needs of our community. He has been vulnerable with a lot of the challenges that he's personally faced, but people appreciate the work and effort that he's put in to be the best possible representative for the Bay of Plenty.